Chapter 2, 1935 to 1945. As America was trying to claw its way out of the Great Depression, a small town in Brazoria County was building something extraordinary, a public school system that would not only survive, but thrive. Fueled by the prosperity of the local oil boom, Alvin Independent School District began construction on what would become known as its $1 million school plant in 1936. A bold investment in the future of public education. Also in 1936, the Ralph Bunche School opened just north of Manville. For several years, black children in the Alvin, Manville, Iowa Colony, and Pearland areas attended grades 1 through 8 here. High school students would attend Sunnyside High in Houston. Froberg's Farm officially began in 1936 when it settled permanently at its current site off of Highway 6. By the start of the 1937 school year, the district's buildings had undergone complete renovation, student enrollment reached over 800, and in November of that same year, voters overwhelmingly approved a $300,000 bond funding the construction of new elementary and intermediate buildings on the main high school campus. In 1939, as enrollment climbed to 990, Alvin's $1 million school plant was formally dedicated, a symbol of what a small but determined community could achieve. In 1940, the Northside School was established to serve the children of Alvin's Mexican-American community. It was here that a young teacher named Grace Ward Harvey began her career. Her legacy would later be honored with a junior high school bearing her name. For a time, Northside School was more than just a classroom. It was a cultural center, a place of pride, and a beacon of opportunity during an era of social segregation. On December 7, 1941, the world shifted. The attack on Pearl Harbor thrust the United States into World War II. But even in the shadow of global conflict, education in Alvin pressed forward. Students learned to grow food, support war efforts, and stay strong at home. Education was no longer just about the 3 R's. It became a lifeline to normalcy, stability, and hope. More rural communities chose to join Alvin ISD during this time, including the Parker School in 1944. The district was growing, evolving, and preparing for the next chapter. Despite economic hardship and a world at war, Alvin ISD stood resilient. Education was not paused, it was prioritized. Between 1935 and 45, so much would happen as President Roosevelt's New Deal began establishing Social Security in 1935, and the FBI was created under J. Edgar Hoover. The Hoover Dam and Golden Gate Bridge would be built, and the war efforts would see the establishment of selective service and rationing of goods like sugar and gasoline.
In 1942, right after we entered World War II, he lost all the labor to the draft, and he had no way to get the harvest picked. So he decided he was going to do a pick your own, and from that day, that's when we really said Froberg Farms was put on the map.
In entertainment, Jesse Owens would win 4 gold medals at the 1936 Olympics. Audiences were terrified by the radio broadcast of Orson Welles' War of the Worlds in 1938. The Wizard of Oz showed moviegoers the wonders of color in 1939. Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, and Woody Woodpecker would make their debuts in pop culture in 1940. Alvin High School's band would win the Class C National Championship in 1939 and would have a celebratory tour on the East Coast, including playing at the World Fair in 1940. And television would begin in 1941 when CBS and NBC started broadcasting. Through it all, the seeds of inclusion, innovation, and infrastructure were sown. And through oil and effort, through challenge and change, Alvin ISD rose stronger than ever.